Hey guys, Zelonius here. Welcome to another video on the channel. In today's video, we are going to be going over my latest 4-4-2 custom tactics. Custom tactics, something that people seem to always want a lot of. I provide lots of different ones for you guys. I try them, test them out. I'm always honest. If I think one's like the best, most better, I will say. The 4-4-2 for me is definitely one of the better formations this year. My main formation that I'm using for the majority of the time is the 4-3-2-1. But I definitely the 4-4-2 is a very good, solid formation. Definitely one of the very good ones to start the game with. In this video, we'll go over my tactics for it, instructions, how I would set it up. This is my road to glory at the moment. Fairly happy with it. Quite a lot of it's untradeable, I think. Ter Stegen, Rudiger, De Jong are untradeable. Obviously, Benini is an SBC. Leao's untradeable as well. I mean, to be honest, yeah, just anyone with the one next to them is untradeable. So half this team's untradeable. Like the team so far. I want Rolfo in over Balde, but that's just, I've got like 20k coins at the moment, so he's just a stopgap for now. As I've said a few times, and I'm going to keep mentioning it to you guys, play styles are important. Stats probably matter more this year than any year I've seen in recent times. Like Tuchemeni is not expensive, he's like 10 to 15k. Good chemistry, obviously. And his stats are good, but nothing special. But his playstyles are really, really well rounded, and having loads of playstyles like that, honestly, it makes a big difference. I think this is the most pay to win I've seen FIFA in a long time. Maybe all the way back to maybe FIFA 19, and it could be rivaling that with how important stats are this year, how expensive the top cards are, but then also how good playstyles are. Playstyles are a good addition to the game, but they definitely have made it more pay to win. And I'm saying that as someone who's playing a road to glory this year. Let's go look at my custom tactics for the 4-4-2. So, as I always say, I like to have two versions of a tactic. I play with my friend Jimmy on co-op, and quite often when he builds a new team, he only has one tactic, and then we're losing by a goal. I'm like, oh, I'll turn the press on. He's like, oh, I haven't set that up yet. Jimmy's a very good player as well. So don't be like Jimmy in that sense. Have more than one tactic. If you just have one tactic that doesn't really press very high, if you're playing against someone and they go a couple of goals up, they are just going to press you like mad. Dominate, not press you like mad. They're going to just keep the ball, dominate you. You're not really going to have a way of getting back into the game. So I really can't stress that enough, how important a game plan A and a game plan B is. Are you sick to death of getting out teamed on FC24? Want that God squad you've always been dreaming of? Check out IGGM.com today. The best and most reliable place to get coins for your ultimate team. Use the link in the description and code ZEL at checkout for a 5% discount. Check out IGGM.com today. Really make sure that you do implement that into your game, in my opinion. So the 4-4-2, when we look at it, the strengths are fairly obvious. It's just very balanced. It's very good across the pitch. I do really like having two strikers on FIFA or EAFC now. And for years, 4-2-3-1 was probably the number one better formation. Now, with the way that the game plays, I really like having that two strikers doing the 1-2s. The 4-2-3-1 is still very good. I would recommend it for a lot of people. It does just lack a little bit in that area. One thing, I was talking to my brother earlier, he's a fairly good player as well. He was asking me about different options he could upgrade his team with. And he was saying about the middle players, like a Cam. Obviously, this doesn't have a Cam, but saying about they don't really need pace as much this year. And I would agree. I feel like pace isn't as vital this year. In general, I think technical players with high dribbling stats are very, very good. However, out wide, I think pace is essential. Benini would not be playing out wide normally. With a Hunter, she could probably play there pretty well, to be fair. She's a better midfielder, though. She's just in there as a stopgap just to be able to play this formation without having to change my team up. For your strikers, you ideally want pace still as well. Pace is important, but pace is far more important out wide. Someone like Leao with rapid and finesse shot to cut in is amazing. He's a really, really good option. 5-star, 5-star is what you want up front. Kvarat doesn't have that amazing stats, but he's got 5-star, 5-star. So that with pretty good play styles and decent attributes makes him very good. Osimhen this year is a monster. Strikers with strength, finishing, decent on the ball pace, they're very good. For your midfield, I like a balance. I like them to be, if you someone like Putellas is amazing, but I would want to partner a smaller, less physical. She's not too small, but a smaller, less physical player with a big, dominant one. Tchouaméni and De Jong's a pretty good cheap duo that I've got. And then for your defense, pretty obvious you need good physical, quick centre backs. Fullbacks in this formation don't really get forward too much, so I wouldn't be too worried about that. In terms of the tactic, I've started to up my depth a little bit. I'm experimenting across my formations, but I'm upping the depth because I find if I drop too deep and let people dribble around my box and stuff, it's very hard to stop them. My width right now is 40. Again, that's something I might end up adjusting. We're only a week or so into the game, but I might end up adjusting this because, simply put, at this point of the game, it's quite rough in terms of cutbacks. Cutbacks are hard to deal with. Build up play balanced, chance creation, direct passing. I still think that's a very OP combo. I go quite high width in this formation. Simply put, you want the wingers to give you a lot of width, do cutbacks and make space in the middle. So that works quite well for me. 6 players in box, 2 or 3 corners. I don't think you really need to go above that. For the instructions, stay central, stay forward. I've toyed this year with getting behind, and I just find when I do that, all they do is just try getting behind, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it just kills the attack though. For my centre mids, I'm going balanced cover centre. I think having options to pass back to is good. I tried stay back, didn't really work very well in my opinion, so I like having balanced on both. Come back, stay wide, getting behind, get into the box. That is what I have on both the wingers. I think comeback's important. It means that when you're defending, it defends more like 2 banks of 4. If you want to go very aggressive, you can go stay forward and have really good counter attacks. It's worth trying, but the problem is you will be very vulnerable defensively, so I would bear that in mind. Stay back while attacking on the fullbacks. You don't need them bobbing forward. For the more aggressive version, pretty similar. Up the width slightly, much higher depth to combine with the press after possession loss. Slightly less attacking width because we're being a bit more direct. Up the corners to be more aggressive. I thought I'd set the instructions up. Apparently, when I changed my squad up, it's messed it up. But stay central, stay forward. Honestly, the instructions, the only difference I would make would be I'd go basic defensive support on the wingers, because you want them to be a little bit more counter-attacking when you win the ball high up. But everything else is pretty much identical. Very good, solid formation to attack with. Good foot to keep the ball. Not the best in terms of build-up and link-up play, but it is very solid and it's just good and balanced. A final tip I will give you guys is, at the moment, there's a lot of untradeable packs in the objectives. I hope EA keep doing stuff like that. I'm a bit worried they won't as the year goes on. But my advice would be, do SBCs with the fodder. Like, I'm getting like multiple duplicates of 87s, 86s. It allowed me to do an SBC like this for cheap. Is he amazing? No. Is he a good super sub? Yes. Strong. Very good on the ball. Quick. And he's probably going to get to an 87. So at West Ham, with that group, they're probably going to get through and win a couple more. An 87 Kudus is going to have like 95, 96 pace. Going to be one of the best dribblers in the game. He's got okay play styles. He'll have an okay shot. Honestly, he'll get to the point where if you put a dead eye on him, he's going to have like mid-90s shot power, 90 finishing, 95, 96 pace, one of the best dribblers in the game, good physical. He'll be a very, very good card. I'm not saying definitely do the SBC if you don't have the fodder, but with all these objectives we're getting, we just get so much fodder. You don't want to just waste it. I advise you to definitely do some of these SBCs, but pick which one suits you more. Appreciate you guys watching this video. As always, keep it spicy. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.